just T-pain, it means Tinubu's pain. Another word for hardship. Another word for destitution. Another word for hopelessness. Another word for poverty, hunger, and starvation in the land.
Oh, God don't give us food to this morning.
God has given you food inside sand. The sickness, the bad health that you will encounter eating this food. Bayo nanuga.
For us to be at this level of low, whereby people now see meal waste. People are now seeing waste as luxury, even thanking God. Thanking God that level of it is shameful. And if you are a president and you are too old to stretch your neck to know what is going on in the polity, if you are too old to speak directly to the press, we have led to quest for military takeover naturally as a human being. When you are pushed to the wall, you look for the next alternative. You are blaming the government of T-Pain for his policies. It's fine, it's okay. Everybody just T-Pain, it means Tinubu's pain. Another word for hardship. Another word for destitution. Another word for hopelessness. Another word for poverty, hunger, and starvation in the land.
Oh, talking about this poverty, hunger, and starvation, Dr. Deji, sorry for that.
No, I'm just using synonyms.
But let's move on. Let me quickly call that video. You see it on your screen. The video of Nigerians, human beings in
I'm
Nigeria.
suspecting that Tinubu. Why is it that it was when I mentioned Tinubu that you caught me?
No, vex, Dr. Deji.
Why?
That video actually.
I was analyzing it. Don't you want to hear the meaning of T-Pain? They want to hear now.
So sorry. So I want to give them. I want to buttress your point. Okay. I'm with you on this.
Say T-Pain.
So T-Pain.
Okay.
T-Pain. And I have on radio. I'm not going to talk about T-Pain. T-Pain. We're in pain. Severe pain at that. So there's this video of Kaduna residents. Jesus. Kaduna residents scrapping over broken spaghetti and noodles. From a trailer that overturned. Now you need to see that. I don't even know if it is 80% sand and 30% of the grains or the broken spaghetti and pasta. So see the video, so, including pictures, maybe so that I'll zoom easily so that you can see more, including the pictures. So it's so annoying that this is the level of hunger in the land that perhaps what they call the T-Pain regime has cost Nigerians. Is it that bad that Nigerians are now eating like madmen, not even madmen, like chicken? Chicken, the chicken in the poultry is even more catered for.
In an ideal society, for a madman to eat that kind of thing, that means that madman is the descendant of the madman of Gadara. That it is ancient madness, because a person that ran mad last week will not eat that kind of nonsense.
So Deji, when we say that there is hunger in the land, it's hard for people to understand. But they will even say, let's upsound it.
The height of it. This is the height of it. This is not the height of it. This country. See what people they pick for ground to eat. See what people they pick for ground to eat. See what people they pick for ground to eat.
Allah, hungry. Allah, hungry.
See what people they pick for ground to eat.
Baba Makowaba. Allah Yabamu.
God give them this one. So that God give them this one. See what people they pack for ground. See what people they pack to eat. That's the tell you say hunger they this morning.
Oh, God don't give us food this morning.
Another year, God don't give them food. Just imagine. See, now motor where fall, where get accident with this. All the things where carry now they don't look. All the things where carry now they don't look. See what you do with the back. They pick things for ground to eat like an animal. Oh God. God. Old people they clap.
So you hear the people saying that, thank God, though, God has given us food, though. Thank God, though, God has given us food. God has given you food inside sand. The sickness, the bad health that you will encounter eating this food. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I hope that the presidency and everybody connected to him. Bayo Nanuga, you that you're attacking Guardian. That's what Guardian said about that they're seeking for military intervention. That is wrong. I hope you're seeing the level of hunger and poverty.
When Borno speaker is already advocating for them to buy new jet for Shetima that they are concerned about his
safety. Just they never buy it. Because anytime that advocacy starts like that, know that they've already bought it. You know, this is you and I. And here I can talk freely. Dr. Deji, remember when Akpabio said, oh, they've never gotten anything about buying jet for President Tinubu. They've never gotten anything. And that when they get, after the House of Rep committee,
I don't know what you have been hiding in your email box. You know?
Dr. Deji, leave that to you.
I've always told you.
Let's talk about serious matters now.
No, wait now. If it's sure for you, open your email, show the people.
See the email here.
Did you see any email?
So,
they have sent prayer to your mailbox. And you see,
Deji, this is disheartening. Honestly,
you see, on a more serious note,
honestly speaking, to think that this government is so detached, I'm giving you time.
You see, on a more serious note, it is sad. It is disheartening. You see, I told somebody days ago that when in the olden days that there's something that usually happens that is not really happening anymore, despite the fact that the values in the society has dwindled than the olden days. Don't you notice that in the olden days, you know, people will give birth to children, they'll go and dump it with grandma. The grandma will not ask for anything, will train that child till it grows. But these days, if you go and born anyhow, now you will take care of your thing. You will see that for us to be at this level of low, whereby people now see that kind of, I don't want to call it meal, waste. People are now seeing waste as luxury, even thanking God. Thanking God. That level of, see, it is shameful. And that's why I want to see how Judgment Day will be, because I still have hope. If I am living in Nigeria with all these kind of people, Precious, I get hope. And I believe you get hope because you are a sinner, but I believe say your sin go still dey moderate. You understand? Yes, you are a sinner, but your sin go dey moderate.
Why you just judge me right now?
No, your sin go dey moderate. Do you know whether I'm God's spirit? Jesus.
So my sin is.
You know whether I'm God's spirit?
So my sin is more sinful than your sin.
Most likely. But you see, the truth is that if you look at it, if I have opportunity to be God's PA, and let's say God is seated on his high throne, and there's different switch on his table, and there's switch for Germany, Togo, Benin Republic, Nigeria, and maybe God just decide to rest, I will just go to that of Nigeria and just press reset, because that can only be the solution. Because when you have reached, and see, if you are watching me and you are surprised, me, I'm not surprised. Go to the Niger Delta, go to River State, where Precious come from, and the immediate past government will say, yes, they have removed him, yes.
It is risky, that's over how many $1,000?
Imagine, you will see wealth, that is something that the world needs, lying side by side with unimaginable poverty. I went to Ogoni, I see people living in mud house, but in their community, there is oil, and it's not just oil. There's sweet crude. Sweet crude is the best form of oil because when it is easier to refine and you make more profit.
Yes.
Ogoni has sweet crude, but the people that owns this sweet crude ancestrally, before slave trade, before colonialism, the ancestry of the Niger Delta people have been occupant of that place, and these people cannot even eat rice. Some people in Ogoni land cannot eat rice.
But some other people own that. People like C.Y. Dajim and the rest of them who
and they are only oil
are the owners of the oil wells who say they have so much money and they don't know what to do with the money.
That's why I said I want to see how Judgment Day will be. Because imagine the people that have oil, you've kept them in hunger. Nigerians that holds the money, our collective patrimony, you've stolen and stolen and stolen and restolen.
And Abacha's children can say that no matter how much they seize their father's money, that they can never be poor like Dangote.
They can only say that in a country like Nigeria. And you see that the people that owns this money, you are stealing it, and people are hungry. With the level of hunger, and you see that people in government are still stealing. That's why I said I want to see how Judgment Day will be. because I know that even though you are a sinner, I don't think you've been in opportunity to steal 10 million naira before. You understand? So maybe when you are young, you know, confession time, and you can rely on me and you can rely on my people. They won't tell mommy. You know, maybe you stole 5 naira, 1 kobo, 2 kobo. You understand? Maybe you stole biscuit. So your judgment, maybe not God. Maybe not
me.
You
the PA. Say this one on a small thing. So PA handle this matter.
Say deal with pressures. So they did nice to me now.
So that Abacha owner and you. Now God will easily handle the Abacha owner.
Now coal, gas, charcoal. You know. Try to. Now me God must put there so that the fire can be very strong. That's why they have charcoal.
So that now they have gas. God, the level of hardship when Nigerians face.
See, it is. See, precious. You see, government can try to hide it. We can try to deceive ourselves, and that's why I said that I want to see how judgment day will be, because some people will still come on here. You watch some TV station that it will be as if you should break your TV, because some people will still come on here to defend nonsense that Nigeria has come to this. And one thing you need to notice in that video, let us do a content analysis of that video. For you to see that kind of food in a country like Nigeria that people have been eating, you know, we have arable land, for you to see that kind of food and be saying that God has answered our prayer, that means that your life don't finish, there is no hope. That is what it means, that for you to see that nonsense and be saying, oh, God has eventually answered our prayer, that shows the level of poverty and
destitution. So is that enough for people
Sorry,
to
ma'am.
Okay.
Point 2. This is YouTube. You can cut it into pieces. Please. Point 2. Okay. Please. Point 2.
Okay.
I will stop at that 2. Point 2 is that you will see that if you check that video, it is not just 2 people that are there, not just 3 people. If it is 2 or 3 people, we can say, oh, these people are greedy, because we can't rule out the fact that each society has its own greedy people, human nature. But what you have there is a sizable number which represents more like a community. And that is where the problem is. You know that if something happens now and it is something, but maybe you just see few people, you understand, you'll be like, okay, these are just the bad eggs of that community. But when you have a community and you see that people are packing it as if, you know, they want to go and use the sand to build house. In fact, do you want to hear the truth? Sand is even more than what they are packing. And at the end of the day, when they sieve it, you want to imagine the kind of, you know, bacteria that are in that thing, and this is what human being we eat.
With the poor healthcare we have in Nigeria.
With the poor healthcare that we have in Nigeria, and at the end of the day, people will even shield the president. For example, the interview by your non-guy said Nigerians, the president knows that Nigerians are feeling some form of pain or hardship, but he doesn't know they are calling in T-pain. What is the meaning of that, the import of that, if I can just do it in a minute, is that now Nigeria adopted that name as a message. It is like a form of protest. You are passing a message. If you are the president and I name you P-Pain, precious pain, that means that I'm trying to pass a message across to you. It is like a communication, you know. And if they are calling T-Pain, you don't even know that they are calling you T-Pain. You can imagine. And it is not just during the Tinubu administration. I want to cite a sample of Buhari, but I don't know.
Toothpick with the amount that time.
No, it's not about toothpick. Buhari gave a statement when he was president, and this cow of a thing was at its peak. And Buhari gave a national broadcast. I was, you know, to use the words of that glorious child, be calming down. I was calming down to hear, okay, all these issues that have been happening, what will the president say in this presidential broadcast about this cow of a thing? Buhari made the whole of that broadcast, there was nothing about it. In fact, in that broadcast, he even mentioned secession issue, all this Nnamdi Kanu and all that. He addressed everything. He didn't mention anything about the incursion of murderous herdsmen into people's ancestral farmland, failing to realize that what cow means to them ancestrally is what land means to some of these people. That land is seen in some places as, you know, a form of wealth, that you are only regarded as rich if you have a land, or your father has passed a land to you, or you have land that you pass to your children. But these people, they want to, and the president did not make any mention. What does that mean? They have shielded the president. And Precious, please, you will allow me. You won't activate me and stop me. No, I insist you will allow me. See, that's why I said that it is very important that you keep people in office, people that at least their neck can still twist. What am I trying to say? When you occupy a sensitive political office like the president, if you are too old, you cannot cheat nature. And one more time do you want to use to attend to meetings, scrutinize the budget and all that? And a political office is like you being a goalkeeper. Your aides, your ministers, they are to protect you, but at the same time, they can do you a lot of harm. Let's use football, right? If you have a free kick at the edge of the 18-yard box, they will put people in front of you that they will do their hand like this to cover their instrument, so that after the football, they can still minister to their wives accordingly. So they will do like this. And when they do like this, why are you looking at me like that, Precious?
I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
No, I think you need ministration. No, you need ministration. No, you need ministration.
Hello.
My people, if you are interested in Precious, apply. Apply to me. Come and collect form from me. I'm the spokesperson of the family. Apply to me. Now the thing is,
the first son of my mother.
Yeah, the first one. Great child. So the thing is, those people, they will use their hand to cover their instrument so that the ball will not get across to you. But even at that, you will see that the goalkeeper is still moving from left to right. He is still stretching his neck. Why? Why didn't the goalkeeper go to sleep that, his defenders are doing it? Because the goalkeeper even stretched his neck because he didn't totally trust his defenders, despite the fact that they are there to protect him. What am I trying to say? If you are a president and you are too old to stretch your neck to know what is going on in the polity, if you are too old to speak directly to the press, we had that privilege, unfortunately, last time during Jonathan's presidency.
Obasanjo did that.
Whereby, the last time we had it was even Jonathan, whereby the president will travel out of the country and maybe he's coming back out of an international engagement, and the press will accost him and say, Mr. President,
and he will talk to them immediately.
We are just returning what is in this for Nigeria, and the president will speak offhand, no script. The last time we had that privilege was during...
We even had calling programs where the president would even take calls from Nigerians.
The press usually say something. The press usually say something to the president when he's speaking offhand. They usually make a statement. They will say, Mr. President, are you aware? For instance, if they want to mention this thing,
yes.
This statement of Asari Dokubo.
Are you aware that Asari...
Mr. President, are you aware that the former minister in Niger Delta, Asari Dokubo...
And he responds because he has a grasp of...
Criticize your government. Then he would have off script.
Because he has a
not any prompter, nothing. That means that if you have that kind of president, you have a president that even if he doesn't stretch his neck, the media, as the fourth estate of the realm, will put spring in his neck and stretch it so that he will see him.
But you people say you did not like Jonathan and you voted APC into power now. Well, but all of this that you've said now, is it enough for people to begin to agitate for military takeover? Because there's been subtle cry where people are looking at, it be like say their life better pass for military regime, pass
good question.
For democracy. We make Guardian write that report, they write they cause trouble.
I, as a political scientist, will not support military takeover.
Okay.
Because there are some things you enjoy in a democracy that in a military in a democracy, there's principle of checks and balances. It exists, but it is not being implemented adequately. Still give us hope that maybe one day we can have somebody, for instance, one day we had a Saraki-led Senate.
That really did play their role.
You can imagine, but if there is no democracy, it will be totally different. But then, what led to the quest for military take over? Naturally, as a human being, when you are pushed to the wall, you look for the next alternative. And people are thinking that if within a year, 6 months, fuel can move from 100 and something to 1,000 and something, people are thinking that the way this government implements its policies, that are you sure T-Pain? The T-Pain that I know while I was growing up was the songwriter that was giving me good vibe. And you remember that the T-Pain, you know, when you hear T-Pain, you are ready to dance because it's giving us, you know, good beats. But now,
this is like a
you
contrast.
know, the Nigerian, why is it that when it comes to your country pressure, why is it that anything that pertains to your
Doctor
country,
Deji, make we go.
why?
As you won't come blame me, now make we
You know, wait,
So, no,
wait
Dr.
before
Deji.
we go. Wait before we go. This is, you want to upload it on YouTube? Are we on live TV?
Hey, Dr.
Are you
Deji,
going
want
to
to
pay
record
money?
the podcast.
My people want to enjoy me. What can
Hey, Dr. Deji, they're waiting for me outside.
we'll do another episode later.
Okay.
Watch out, my people. No idea for this.
All right, so go like, subscribe, drop your comments. I'd really like to take your thoughts and reactions. Or do you think that the presidency is fully aware or is in full grasp of what Nigerians are going through? Because it's important that we hear from you and feel your pulse. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. I love you guys and I appreciate you. Goodbye.